My name is Peggy Wagner, and this is my story. My husband was ill for 5 years that we knew of, and it took over his body and his mind. He had Lewy body dementia, which is a very strange illness. We were married for over 50 years. I met him when I was a junior in high school in physics class. He ended up being a nuclear physicist, but I didn't. I was sad, appropriately so, I think, for the whole time, because I knew what would happen. So when Griefshare was talked about, I thought, well, why not? I mean, really, it can't make it any worse than it was. So why not spend a few hours a week trying to get better? And I could also change my mind in the middle if I didn't want to come anymore, so that was a relief. So how does Griefshare work? What does sitting in this room, actually, with a bunch of other people who are sad, how does that work? And I don't really understand. I think we find comfort in commonality, in sharing stories, those kinds of things. There is a standard video series. The questions would come up, and then people would just talk about their personal application of that experience or that question. It's biblically based in the sense that they use scriptures to sort of lead the conversations, and I think that is helpful. I think I got more out of just the conversation about those kinds of things. But something happens in the room, and something very specific seemed to happen in this group versus other groups that I was in. And that is, I just think the Holy Spirit took over and helped everybody at the same time. And just when you thought, oh, I'll never speak in a group, you find yourself talking, and you hear somebody say something, yeah, that was what it was like for me too. And I think there is a commonality that lifts the spirit. I think it's probably the Holy Spirit. I remember the pastor one night talked about it as a little bit of heaven. I don't know if he really meant that or not, but that's what it felt like when it helped. There's no pressure to talk. There's no pressure to keep in touch with everybody. It's just you come into this room, and this is about loving each other and sharing and getting through.